for 69.
69, jabroni.
Oh, yeah.
69 over here.
You know that we all love 69.
Papa like it a 69.
Uh-huh.
69, bro.
Hey, now it's time for 69.
It's time to talk football with old number 69, Mike McGlinchey.
Oh, 69.
Who doesn't love 69?
Everybody loves 69. By the way, this week, the Mike McGlinchey Show, sponsored by Cache Creek Casino Resort. You deserve to escape to Cache Creek. And by the way, they've got some great games at Cache Creek. Spas there, golf course, favorite slots and table games. Cash in at Cache Creek. Mike, are you a gambler at all? Do you gamble?
On very rare occasions, but I've done it. I've done it a couple times. Yeah, it sounds like a great time.
Yeah, well, now, and the reason I ask you that, I know, and boy, we've got stuff to talk to you about today. The reason I ask you that is I know on hockey teams, the guys play cards all the time on the team bus when they're going from the airport to the hotel. There was a story once where one of the players lost $25,000 in a 15-minute bus trip from the airport to the hotel. Do you guys play cards at all on the team?
Not to that extent, that's for sure.
What is the most you've seen someone lose on your team?
I don't know. I actually stay away from. I stay away from card games. We really don't have a whole lot of that going on here. I think it's against NFL rules. So
is that right?
Yeah. So we don't have a ton of that going on around here.
Oh, okay.
So if you go to a casino, if you're up at Tahoe or in Vegas or something like that, what games do you like to play?
Yeah. What's your game of choice?
I'm just blackjack. Probably that's really the only one I really know how to play, and then roulette every now and again. So it's just something easy like that I don't need to have a ton of rules about or strategy, and just hopefully get a little lucky.
Yeah, that and the slot machines for me. All right, Mike, last week when we talked to you, like the moment it was like around this time last Thursday, and then 20 minutes later, we were supposed to talk to the coach the next hour. And just before we were going on the air with the coach, all of a sudden we were told the 49ers are shutting down the facility because of COVID-19. Now, what happened to you? Because it was right after we talked to you.
Yeah, so I was still at home at that point in the morning because everything had been pushed back because it was a Thursday night game. So Kyle always gives us a schedule where we start a little bit later so we can catch up on sleep from the weekend before. Because the turnaround is so fast and you need your body recovered as best as possible. So I was still at home. I get off the phone with you guys, and then about 20 minutes later, we all get our text out, hey, we have a situation. Nobody's allowed into the facility for the remainder of the day until we figure out what's going on. And so we had a work-from-home day on Wednesday, and unfortunately, like, for me, not everybody else, but I got to start my day with Lamont Tonelli. So, good day for me.
Good day for you. Now, how did that change everything for you, though, with a shortened week, and then you guys couldn't go in? I mean, that had to have changed a lot for you guys.
Yeah, very rarely. I don't know how many teams have ever done it where they've shut down their facility a day before kickoff. That was definitely something that nobody had ever experienced, and a lot of people in our building were scrambling to figure out a solution so that we could stay on course as much as possible because, like you saw, the NFL didn't deem it necessary to move the game.
Right. Listen, I know you can't say it, but I'll say it. I thought that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. How do you shut down a team's facility the day before a game and then not allow that team to maybe play on the weekend?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have made sense?
And make up for that lost time.
I don't know what the decision-making goes into that. Obviously, it was a tough situation for both for us and Green Bay because they were dealing with some stuff like that, too. Unfortunately for us, we also have a number of injuries on top of the COVID-19 stuff that we experienced on Thursday. So we were missing a lot of key guys that day, and it was that was something that I had never dealt with before. I don't think Kyle or John or even the York family had ever dealt with anything like that before. So it was definitely a unique challenge, but I'm proud of the way we went out and fought and competed and never gave up to the very end of the game. And, hopefully we don't have to experience something like that ever again, and we can get guys back healthy from the real injuries that have been taking place this season.
So now I've got a question for you. I think there were 4 guys that were deemed at first that they had COVID-19 or tested positive or whatever the situation was. Were there 4 guys taken out of the lineup because of that?
So we had 1 guy test positive, and then the other 3 were close contacts. We had 4 starters for that week taken out of the game the day about 24 hours before kickoff. So that was a tough situation to be in. Hopefully we don't ever have to do it again. But that's the kind of way this year has gone for a lot of teams and for a lot of people.
But the reason I ask that is, has that changed anything for you now, the way you broach being around people, or has that changed anything for you guys in the facility now?
Yeah, it has changed a lot. We've been forced to do a lot of intensive protocol this week because of the situation last week. So we have a lot of stuff to deal with in terms of spacing out in meetings and using different parts of our building to and even the stadium to conduct meetings here this week. And just got to give a quick shout out to our video and operations department for the job that they've done and making sure that we've been able to have a week with all the protocols and the rules as strict as they are, and have it happen pretty seamlessly. And those guys are the best in the business and have made everybody's job a lot easier. So
for you personally, though, does that mean, like, from now on, you're not going out in public when you're not with the team? Or has that changed any of your habits?
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of been doing that already this season. And I haven't really been going out in public very much at all. It's pretty much just been football and my couch, and that's the year that we've been put in. Unfortunately, my family back on the East Coast hasn't been able to come out to any games and stuff like that. So it's a weird deal. It's a situation that everybody's going through, and until the nation and everything has found a solution for this is how it's going to be. So, but the good thing is, and how fortunate we are to still be able to work and still be able to go out and play football.
Yeah, a lot of injuries, of course, with the COVID, people out of the lineup. Have you gotten to the point where you've had to introduce yourself to somebody else while you're in the huddle?
That's happened a couple times this year. But it's okay. That's just the way this world works sometimes. But fortunately, everybody's a good guy. Now, so we're good to go
for this game in New Orleans on Sunday. You're kind of part of a exclusive club because you're one of 3 guys. Now, there was that huge win last year for you guys in New Orleans when you beat the Saints. Garoppolo had a great game. But you're only one of 3 guys on the offense who was on the field that game who's going to be in the game this weekend.
Yeah, that was a hell of a day. One of the coolest football days I've ever experienced. That is a crazy stat that only 3 of us are left from that game last year. We'll make work with what we have and go compete. And we're getting some guys back this week, especially the guys that were on the COVID close contact list last week. So we're going to be fully prepared to go down to New Orleans and hopefully have a little bit of the repeat magic that we had last year.
There you go.
All right. Well, number 69, always a treat talking to you. Have fun in New Orleans. Huddled in your hotel room and then on the football field and back to the plane, because I know that's all you guys are going to be able to do this year.
Doubt.
Stay safe, Mike.
All right, Mike. Take care, man.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
The great Mike McGlinchey. Hey, where's his clothes here?
Do we have the extra?
Yes.
That was our time with 69.
69! Woo!
Oh, yeah.
I'm signing
right.
an executive order for 69 at once.
So there you go, number 69.
I think for the first time they're going to play in front of some people this Sunday.
Oh, is that right?
They're allowing, I think, something like 6,000 fans into the Superdome.
How do you determine what 6,000 out of the 50 get tickets?
What a nightmare to figure all that out.
We'll pick you and you and you, not you, but you.
I don't like the looks of you. You're not in here.